Hey Aziz,
Hello, Matt.
it's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you.
Tell me about Maison Mère in 3 words.
Wow.
What is it?
3 words. Maison Mère is my family hotel. I grew up here. If I had to choose 3 adjectives, I would say authentic, I would say hyper-personalized, and I would say family spirit.
I love it. So there's something unique about Maison Mère. Like, what have you done that makes Maison Mère a different hotel concept than any other hotel that I see in Paris down the road?
So the very essence of it is that I tried not to build a hotel, but to build a place that is experienced like a friend's home. Maison Mère in French means headquarter,
Yeah.
because it's the headquarter of the 9th district, because it's anchored in its neighborhood, but it also means maison, home, and mère, mom, mother. So that's exactly the feeling that we try to build. And around this idea, we put tech, we put HR, we put marketing and communication, but it all starts with a feeling that we try to get.
So what was the role of your mother in creating the concepts? Like, what was the heart like that you loved from what your mother did at home that you're trying to bring into Maison Mère?
It's a very nice question. Nobody never asked me that, and that's very fun that we talk about this. You know, my mom managed this place for 30 years before I arrived and before I turned it into Maison Mère.
I love that.
I am
So
from...
you grew up here almost. Like,
Yeah, I mean, first time I came here, I was 8 years old. And I was running around, I was stealing the small chocolates from the minibar, I was getting chased by the gouvernante, and I grew up here in hotels, you know, a son of entrepreneurs. All Saturdays, Sundays, Wednesday afternoon, you're here.
That's so nice.
And I'm from an Oriental culture, and hosting is key. And I mean, at home, when you have guests, you put them over your head. That's the expression we use in Arabic. And I started in hospitality based. I mean, the reason I came to hospitality is personal. Is the way we come from. Let me start again. I'm from an Oriental culture.
Yeah.
And back home, guests are hosted in a very intense manner. We give them everything we can, and I try to transcribe and to move this into my work, into the experience I offer. So basically, the way my mom will host friends and family, that's exactly what I tried to do and to duplicate here, and to moving it into a business as well.
Love that. So what do you hope that when guests leave your hotel, what do you hope they talk about?
That's another good question. That's exactly what we want. In Maison Mère, the very foundation of it is leaving an emotional mark. A small story that I wanted to tell you about. The reason I started into hospitality is an emotional mark.
Yeah.
I come from mathematics, physics, finance, business consulting, and tech startup. And I moved to hospitality because I think it was my destiny. At 8 years old, I think, or 10, I went to a hotel, and I still remember this moment where I opened the door and I discovered the setup they prepared for us. It's the basic, you know, the chocolate, the flowers, and the small notes. But it left a mark on me like, wow, they thought about it. They did all that for me. I don't know them, and they still host me as if I'm family. And the second you open the door, when you just discover the room and you discover the set, this left me something. And that's exactly what I wanted to leave for the guests. And now when they leave, they remember, okay, the decoration is nice. Okay, the food is good. But what do they remember? The people and the small attentions. It's all about small details that you will remember.
Yeah. And so you have this at your heart because you grew up with it, but you have team members. Like, how do you bring a culture in where everyone lives those values?
Right? It's very difficult. I mean, I can be 100% into those values. If I'm the only one that believe in them, it stays in my head, right? And in the day-to-day, it's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
So it goes through 3 things. Number 1 is recruiting. we don't recruit technical experts. We recruit elegance of heart. We recruit good people. We recruit people who love hosting and who love making people happy. We call this elegance of heart. I look for the spark in the eyes.
Yeah.
So I recruit a lot of juniors, a lot of people reconverting to hospitality. And number two is training. If you don't tell them, you can't expect them to know. So we teach a lot of things. We have the Maison Mère Academy, the Academy. Everyone goes through it. They always start with staying in our best room and having our full gastronomic dinner experience. Then we have 1 week of cross-training. They go to all the departments, and then they look at our video content where we talk about our values. And last thing is culture. So we do party a lot. Every 2 months we go out, we do have dinner, lunch,
Nice.
and we share the good news and we celebrate and also incentivizing people. We share the value. Everyone get bonuses based on how we performed.
That's amazing. So this works really well in a small environment where you have a lot of the control, but can it scale? Can this become a bigger company?
Yes, it can, because we worked on it. Here it's about 50 rooms and 50 seats in the restaurant, and I've been working on it with my team like an engineer. We've been working for 3 years to make everything scalable. So I do believe in people. I do believe in human contact, but I think that it works hand in hand with technology and processes. So we built a tech stack that allows all the processes to be normalized. Mews being in the center of it because it allowed us to plug all the tools we need together and to have all the information centralized. Then we automate 30 to 40% of the administrative work. And then we have, it's like a train, the train is on the rails and it can go forward, backwards. It can't go off track.
Yeah.
That's what we do because we hire a junior, as we told you. And the junior have the spark in their eyes, but they don't have the experience. So the tech and the processes that we built, like in any established company, nothing very exotic, right? It may be exotic for a smaller company, but we're on stage to get bigger. So now we're creating Moon Hospitality, which is a guest and experience-centric hotel groups.
Yeah.
And we are acquiring our 3rd and 4th hotel this year already.
Wow, that's incredible. So you're taking over the world.
We are.
That's cool. I love it. And does technology get in the way of the guest experience, or does it actually make for a better guest experience?
Come on, you know the answer of that.
I know, it's a leading question.
So I keep telling you that human is in the center, but again, human and technology work hand in hand. It's like an anchorman in TV, Their job is to deliver the message. When you present something, you have to put the tone, you have to be intense enough to put your message through. You cannot keep thinking about the message, writing it and then delivering it. So technology is a safe net, is a guide, is the rail of the train, is the note of the anchorman.
Yeah.
And then they're the star. They are the front, the experience. My customers, they come from a hotel and they leave with memories of a team. So technology is a guide. Technology is an enabler. Technology is a tool. I'm sorry, but you are working on that tool, on an amazing tool. But then the star is the person that uses the technology.
100%. Like, I think it's one of my challenges that they buy our system and then they just run it like they've always run. I'm like, no, you've now got a baseline innovation tool, but it does come down to the humans that use it and that get creative and that can build on it. And when I walked in here and your team recognized me, I didn't even have to say who I was. I was wearing a big giant Mews t-shirt on. That was kind of a giveaway, but they really personally engaged with me and I could see everyone I've interacted with looked me in the eye and just like they wanted to serve me in the right way. And that just doesn't happen. I stay in hotels every single week. And that level of service, it doesn't come natural and it takes really, really hard work. And I love when you talk about your training. You're in a training room and you're teaching them hospitality. And I think not enough people do that. but it also gives you the edge because you invest and you realize that that's the skill set that you need to bring in. And I'm so excited about Moon Hospitality and seeing the growth that you're about to experience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it came with, it's intentional. It comes with intention and work. We have, what you guys see is the result, is the experience, is the amazing team, and the amazing team account for a lot of the result. But we created a department responsible for that. We have processes and we have tools, and they know that each morning they have to start with this and then follow with this.
Yeah.
So it's a work. It's like when you go to a ballet, you see how beautiful it is, but in the back, they train, they work hard, and it's precise, and they count each step and its tempo.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I like comparing our customer experience to a theater set.
Love it.
Because from the point of view of the customer, it has a beginning, it has middle, it has like rebondissement, and it has an end. And you go happy, and then you go surprised, and then you go stressed, you're thrilled, and then, wow, okay.
That's
and
hospitality.
From the back of the curtain and the backstage, there's a lot of work. People run, people redo the same thing again, and it's a lot of precise, meticulous work. It is art, it is emotions, but in the back, it is tools, technology, processes, and HR and work.
Nice. When you think about the guest experience, and often we don't know a lot about guests, but you seem to get to the core of who the guest is. How do you do that? Like, what's the technology? What's the methodology towards a person walking in the door to delivering this really personalized guest experience? What do you do differently?
Another very good question, Matt. Okay, indeed. I told you one of the things that defines Maison Mère is hyper-personalization. So basically, when you come to Maison Mère, if you're a family, a father of two, you won't get the same experience as if you're coming for a stag weekend or for a business. If you're a business traveler coming close to a weekend or in the middle of the week, you won't even have the same experience. It all starts with collecting data. So we have a CRM tool that as soon as you do your booking, we send you emails and we ask you questions, very basic. What's the flower you prefer? What's your room, your comfort temperature in the room? And then there's a processes at D-30, D-10, D-7, 3, 1, 0. And during all those 5 touch points, we have automated track, but also a human-based track. We send you emails, and then when you're here, we keep sending you WhatsApps, and it's all low touch, but we ask questions. The machine and the human ask questions, and the more data we get, the more refined your profile becomes. So the first thing we do is we identified 12 marketing persona. Business travelers, father of two, stag weekend. Based on that, you go into a bucket. We have to standardize to be able to make it profitable. And we have those 12 buckets, and each bucket will get a different in-house experience. So you won't get the same goodies in your room. You might have gotten chocolates or
and dog treats.
And dogs.
So that makes me a very happy owner of a dog when I come back home with the dog treats.
So this comes on the customizable track. So first we have the 12 marketing persona, and on the top of that, some people will give us more information. Sometimes we go also and look on social media for public information. And if we have specific information, we add on the 12 marketing persona track some specific customization for each person. And then this is our guest management team that will go and run out to buy something and to add some little attentions.
Nice.
And then when you're in the house, we start the in-house track. So first is a digital track, part machine, part human. Once you're here, all the data is communicated to all our team, and we start acting on it. The housekeeping will prepare the room, the reception will prepare the check-in, the breakfast will prepare the breakfasts. We have a very common example when you arrive pretty late, you speak with our night attendant, and he learned that you're going to Disneyland the next day with Gaspar, your son, and the next morning our breakfast manager will print on the foam of the hot chocolates, "Have a good day, Gaspar," with a Mickey Mouse head.
Nice.
So then when you're here, it's handed over, the technology handed over to people, and we have 2 daily meetings between managers so that they spread the information.
So it does cost something to go that extra mile, right? To constantly over-communicate with the teams, to do the little touches in the room. Does it pay back?
It does cost something. So our costs might be higher than an average 51 room. But the effect on that is that we tripled revenues compared to before. We tripled revenues. Wow. We more than doubled average price, and all that with the same size of the rooms. We didn't expand the walls. So what I like saying is that we add value with intangible. Most of investors in hospitality think that if you want to add 20% value, you need to add 20% surface, so 20% room
Space,
more.
or,
You had to add 20% more rooms. We believe at Maison Mère that you can add a lot of value without touching the walls and the investment in real estate. You add a lot of value adding emotions to your experience, creating a brand, telling a story.
And I recognized that as I walked in. I thought, in Paris, rooms are small, and the rooms aren't the biggest rooms, but it was the thing that made me feel at home. And when you feel at home, you don't really need a giant suite with multiple rooms. I actually just want to be in the living room, and I love when I came down to work in the lobby, just instantly that I feel like I'm at home, that I'm in a living room, and that people are here to cater to me in some way. And I think that's the thing that I loved about the concept, that it's still a smaller real estate because we're in the heart of Paris in the best location, but it's the service that kind of makes for the hotel concept.
It's the small things that matter. We do believe at Maison Mère that having 2 or 3 square meter extra is nothing compared to being recognized, to coming to the room and seeing that we thought about small things. We are ready to host your kids, to host your dog, and that the breakfast manager prepares something for you. Basically, we want to recreate the feeling of going to auntie's home.
Like this morning, as I walked into the breakfast room, the moment they realized I was lactose intolerant, which they saw from my profile, they said, "We got you 2 yogurts, lactose, like soya yogurts." And I was like, this never happens. This doesn't happen. I always just don't have yogurts when I go for travels because they don't cater to my lactose. And it's that thing that made such an impact when they we've got something for you. And they recognize me as a human and the challenges that I have traveling. And it's a little thing, and it doesn't cost much, but it does cost effort. And it's those things that make for such special travel occasions.
The team is amazing.
Yeah, you did good.